Hello and welcome to WIMPSCAST, where little people have big ideas. I'm Bronagh.
And I'm Aoibheann.
On Friday night at around 10 p.m, there was a shooting in the Poleglass estate on the outskirts of West Belfast. A masked man fired a number of shots in a laneway opposite Collin Road. A 16-year-old boy was shot in the lower back and a 19-year-old was kneecapped. Police said a motive is yet to be established, but paramilitary involvement is a line of inquiry.
On Tuesday afternoon, me and Zenia went with two lower sticks from St Dominic's with Paul Smith in the WIMPS up to Stormont to go to the launch of the new Youth Assembly. This Youth Assembly will be giving young people the opportunity to help shape their future. Patricia Loosley, the Children's Commissioner for Northern Ireland, said, "We are asking young people to nominate themselves for a youth panel to help us develop the look, feel and purpose of the Youth Assembly." They are currently looking for 30 young people to join a panel in Stormont, so if you're interested, sign up.
I suppose I'd like to say that I'm delighted with the day because I'm always the eternal optimist. 2.5 years ago, we marched from the gates down there up onto the steps, the 108 campaign, lobbying for this, or canvassing for a youth parliament, and now today we've seen the launch of that.
Can we make it more than 30?
Well, I haven't the problem with more than 30. I do have a problem with the age. I would like to see it from 12 to 21 instead of 16 to 18.
Yeah.
Because, you know, as the junior minister said, there are young people out there at 12 to 13 who are very mature, that can make a contribution, and I think that's very important. I have a youth panel, and it used to be 40, and it runs from 12 to 21, and they decided that 40 was too big and too wieldy, so they've now downsized that to 25, and actually find that it works. But the age range again is from 12 to 21, so I think it's important. I think it's very important, the Youth Assembly. Yes, I think it's very important that we get the voice of young people in at the heart of government. Mm-hmm. So the important thing for me is that this Youth Assembly can't be seen as a token gesture. Yeah. It has to be productive, and young people have to have a very strong voice that's listened to and acted upon. And I think the momentum's there. Mm-hmm. I have to say that I am a bit sceptical today when we're launching, you know, a youth assembly, and there's possibility that the assembly itself could go out of business.
Yeah. Do you think?
You kind of raise the expectation again.
Do you think people actually listen to us? Because, you know, we're young and we don't know what we're talking about. Do you think people will listen to us?
I think there's a move towards that kind of mindset and to change it, so that young people do have a contribution. Very often politicians probably would have looked at it from the point of view they're too young, they don't have a vote, they don't matter. Mm-hmm. But remember, young people today are future voters, and they will remember how they're treated and listened to, particularly today, so that when you're able to vote in another couple of years' time,
you won't be vote for yourself.
Exactly. So and I hope that's exactly what will happen, that young people will engage in the political process and actually see the opportunity for them to partake in that and maybe become the future politicians.
On Saturday night, the WIMPS crew was out in force around Belfast to interview some of the pub goers. They were welcomed by the people in the SOS bus and given soups, so thanks to them for their cooperation. We plan to interview them next week. Here's some footage.
What do you think about nightlife in Belfast?
I feel a bit disheartened because everything's closing at 1 o'clock.
Ridiculous. So we're like walking
Which I think we've only been out for like an hour and a half, and to be honest, I think it's quite inadequate.
How do you usually spend your evenings and weekends?
Well, usually go to the cinema, watch films, make meals, have good food. But when you want a night out dancing, you expect to have a good few hours and not to finish at 1 o'clock.
Do you think there's any alternatives than clubs and pubs in Belfast?
Well, I know there is. I asked some of the bouncers and they said that, you know, it's like Rain nightclub, but they're all quite house music, and there isn't a lot of options. It's just house music, and we sort of want a bit more variety.
Do you think cheap alcohol is the cause of binge drinking?
Definitely.
Well, no.
Why do you think? Why not?
Well, no, because like you're always going to go to like your Tesco's and buy your drink, but no matter,
But that's cheap alcohol.
But still, like if a club was serving like dear alcohol, I'd still buy it.
Yes, same.
Because you go out to get drunk, not like just.
I don't go out to get drunk.
Do you feel safe walking about Belfast?
Yeah.
I don't
At the moment, yes, because there's a lot of people going home and getting taxis and stuff. But say after 4 o'clock in the morning, probably not. No.
The Knackery is a locally produced film which will be shown in Dublin Road next week. Go check it out.
A 7-year-old boy has raised over £50,000 for Haiti. He set out to raise £500 for UNICEF by riding his bike 5 miles around a park for sponsors. This boy inspired hundreds of people to donate to UNICEF after his mother made his campaign public on the internet.
Thanks very much for watching. That's all we have for you tonight. I've been Bronagh.
And I have nothing else to say either. I've been Aoibheann. Night.